The Living Nostradamus alarms with a forecast for 2026. The world enters a year of wars, cyber chaos, and climate hell. Athos Salomé warns of military stalemate, mass cyberattacks, new epidemics, and devastating climate disasters. As the end of 2025 approaches, the Brazilian mystic Athos Salomé, known in the media as the Living Nostradamus, has published a bleak forecast for 2026, painting a picture of a world without stability, without winners, and without security. The 39-year-old clairvoyant, who claims to have predicted the COVID-19 pandemic and the death of Queen Elizabeth II, warns that humanity is entering an even more dangerous phase. Exhausting conflicts, according to Salomé. Wars will not end, but will instead turn into exhausting conflicts with no clear outcome. He predicts that the war between Russia and Ukraine will continue despite diplomatic signals and talks between Volodymyr Zelensky and Donald Trump. A prolonged military stalemate is expected, with periodic advances and retreats, no peace treaty signed, and no clearly defined borders. In his words, Europe must remain on high alert, as the reconstruction of Ukraine may coincide with new attacks. Serious tension, is also looming in East Asia. Salomé foresees an escalation around Taiwan, but without an open, full-scale war. Instead, there will be naval blockades, large-scale cyberattacks, economic strikes, disruptions in semiconductor supply chains, and an intense information war aimed at exhausting the opponent. Africa will also remain trapped in a spiral of instability. West Africa and the Sahel region will be shaken by terrorism, violence, and political collapse, which will lead to new waves of migration toward Europe and the Middle East, the mystic warns. Cyberattacks. One of the most alarming predictions for 2026 is the prospect of mass cyberattacks. According to Salomé, they will target energy and water systems, communications, and major cities, especially in the United States and Western Europe. Even global events such as the Football World Cup in the United States and Mexico could become targets. The goal is not just disruption, but the spread of fear and chaos, he warns. Still, Salomé sees a ray of hope in medicine. Major breakthroughs in gene therapy using CRISPR are expected, which could offer a chance to treat severe diseases. At the same time, however, he insists on the urgent regulation of artificial intelligence to prevent deepfakes, mass fraud, and total surveillance. Bird flu and viruses. With regard to health, the forecast points to a constant state of alert. Outbreaks of bird flu, dengue, pox, and other viruses will keep systems under strain. The greatest danger, according to him, is system exhaustion, hospitals without resources, shortages of funding, and a lack of global cooperation. The climate outlook is downright apocalyptic. Europe will be hit by extreme heat, especially in Spain, Italy, and Greece. Southeast Asia will face deadly floods. South America will experience alternating droughts and deluges, and the Middle East and North Africa will confront severe water shortages and unbearable heat. Climate disasters will happen faster and will be increasingly destructive. The Living Nostradamus warns, if his predictions come true, 2026 will be a global trial that will push humanity to the limits of its resilience.